Voice acting has been an honored tradition for over 200 years, but it wasn't until recently that people got their shit together. In keeping with theater traditions, the voices were all performed by men, including the women. Today we'll be discussing 10 undisputed best lines in the history of voice acting in games. Number 10.
Kids are cool, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child.
Crispin, or Mr. Freeman if you're not on a first-name basis with him like us, is saying that kids are shit and he hates them. And so do we. We hate kids. They're little assholes.
Number 9.
Kids are cool, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child.
Mr. Freeman took an admirable stab at this point, but it's simply incorrect. The cruelty of children can never exceed the cruelty of man. It couldn't. It couldn't.
Number 8.
Like I said, kids are cruel, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child. Here we get a glimpse into Sundowner's psyche, despite being very middle-aged. He is still young, full of childish mirth, and ruthless at heart.
Number 7.
Kids are cruel, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child. By aggressively touching his inner child, Sundowner is able to maintain his hatred and stay cruel.
6.
Feel the power of my magic!
Despite the fact that Dynasty Warriors 3 is an American propaganda piece meant to inspire fear and distrust of the Chinese by portraying them as fucking witches, there is no solid evidence that the Chinese ever used magic to summon boulders. However, the delivery of the line really makes you believe the Chinese might swoop in on brooms at any moment and destroy our way of fucking life. 5.
Like I said, kids are cruel, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child.
You may be inclined to wonder, who's Jack? Jack Sparrow? Jack Black? Jack Skellington? No. He's talking about Jack of Black, which, as everyone knows, is another nickname for Raiden.
4.
Kids are cruel, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child. Yeah, so we're kind of out of, like, this joke has run its course. Like, there's 3 more entries on the list, but, like, this joke is kind of over.
I thought we'd have more to say, but...
I really thought we'd be able to come up with more about this.
3.
Kids are cool, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child. You can be cooler than that, Jack.
This is one of the most well-delivered lines in video game history. It really feels like Sundowner is right there next to you, on the couch, telling you about the cruelty of children, and trying to push you to do your worst as well. When I heard this line for the first time, I cried and asked my uncle to check under the couch to make sure Sundowner wasn't there. He said nobody was down there, but I called Mr. Freeman anyway to ask if he was under any of my furniture, and if he was going to kill me. He said, "Call me Crispin, and you're safe for tonight."
2!
Cruel kids can be, Jack. In touch with my inner child, I am.
This is an extremely rare delivery from George Lucas's own exclusive cut of the game.
1.
Kids are cool, Jack, and I'm very in touch with my inner child.
You really shouldn't need us to explain the genius of this clip to you. This is the best clip in voice acting history. Nothing has ever been delivered better. Fuck you.
But unless you're Belmont,